I'm here to let the world know it is Duke Week, man. I have no reservations. I do not care anymore. The captain of the Hooligan Express is a hooligan today, and he wants the world to know. Bump Duke and everything they stand for. My co-host looks confused.
The part I'm confused about is your mask is blending into the green screen.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of blue. I can't fix it, man. I tried. Blue, and blue. I've been trying. I've been trying to get it as good as it can. Here's the bad part. Like when I put on that I don't have a green screen, it low-key blends better a little bit.
Yeah.
But then
So
I
you know
don't
something crazy?
but then I don't like with this. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So
don't
you
like
would know crazy thing. So remember
What's
when
up?
we came back and you remember the jersey I bought? Black and gold one?
Mm-hmm.
That joint don't fit.
Oh, it was too small?
It's a slim fit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So even though it's the size that it is, it's a 2X slim fit.
Dang.
Yep.
Well, to that I say,
Indeed.
honestly.
Hit him with that, Matt Ryan.
Hit him with it again?
Nah, we good.
All right.
Anyway, yo, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox 26. We back with another North Carolina live. It is what my co-host said. It is Duke Week. Things got real. It going down.
Listen, man. I can't stand Duke. We gotta put BTAs. That's why the mask is on. I'm not here to play no games with Duke at all this week, bro. I'm not. Also, I'm just a
Dang.
fool.
You know, they gave them 75.5% odds to beat us. Indeed.
Like, respectfully. Like, what do you think this is, bro? What do you think this is? We North Carolina, huh? Like, who you think we are? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I look at it like this. If the defense shows up like it did 2 weeks ago and the week before, it should be a good game. Should be a close game.
It should.
Because unfortunately,
However,
last week, defense did take a step back.
I mean, I don't think so. But like, even before we get into that, bro, like, I don't think it took a step back. But do you want to talk about how we went back first before we get into this preview for Duke Week?
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, so first thing first, Lombard. I don't know if you saw the game review I was able to put out. Like, I was watching the game, and overall, we had a number of opportunities to get back in the game, but we definitely missed some for sure. And there were two just big, crazy plays that worked out in their favor.
Yeah, because I did see that that one big run that they had. I think that was in the third quarter.
They had a big run in the third quarter. So here's the thing. Very first drive, the fumble that gets taken all the way back. That gets taken all the way for a touchdown. That was wild. Then they had another big run, and it was just like those two huge plays. Outside of that, I wouldn't say that Wake Forest played a tremendously better game because the defense played outstanding. Offense just couldn't put up anything.
Which is generally the
story of all season.
The storyline.
The story of all season. But of course, Lombardi had to talk about it, and Lombardi was speaking on the loss to Wake Forest and everything like that. And Lombardi, he said, we're all disappointed. Obviously, we did not play to the level that we thought we could play at. You think? He's like, I think you owe a lot to Wake Forest. They were more physical. They were tougher. They did the things they needed to do to win the game. They made plays when they had to make them, whether it was to pick up a 51-yard fumble or a 75-yard pass. They were able to control the game from their play, and it's hats off to them. And we have to figure out how to improve and work hard towards doing that. So, honestly, that wasn't a wrong statement. That wasn't a foul statement. But to me, I think they they just missed out, bro. They couldn't have those big plays and those momentum plays that go in their favor.
I'm about to say, yeah, they just like from the looks of it, from the little bit that I was able to see, is yeah, there was a lot of momentum on Wake Forest's side throughout the game. And like I said, that 75-yard pass, I did catch that. I caught that long run near the end of the game to basically just seal the game off. The punt, like the fumble return, like there's some stuff that like there were just good plays that you just could not help at that point. But I think when I say like the defense took a step back was in some of these situations, such as like the 75-yard pass.
Mm-hmm.
There were situations where it came down to it was just it was just like I said, it was just bad communication on the defensive backfield's end, because you can't let that guy be free like he was.
It was that, but also my biggest issue with that play, bro, is you let one DB block two people.
Right.
Like, I get bro's already made a big play. He's made a big play, cool. But the last block, the DB literally just stood there. And the safety number 18, I'm like, what angle did you take to where you let him also block you? I could see the DB getting in the way on the guy who was underneath and was low-key a step behind the receiver.
Right.
You, at the other hand, being that guy, you got to take the angle furthest downfield and go meet him at like the 10-yard line. But instead, you take a sharp, what seems to be a 90-degree angle, get caught up by that same DB who's just standing in the way like, oh, okay, I can get a 2-for-1, and cleared the lane out for him to
going back and looking at this play, the route package was very good route package. You have the clear out fly, then you have Hernandez coming from the backside on a crossing route right behind that.
Indeed.
Play action helped suck them all in. It was what it was. But yeah, when it comes down to the pursuit, 18, like, why are you running into the back of the receiver? Like, how did you even let him get him? How did you even let him get back in front of you to even get that box out block that he got to block both you and Will Hardy out the way?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Will Hardy was already going to get blocked. I could see that. But in that situation, that's one of those, whoever is closest behind the receiver, you're expecting them to make the tackle. You're trying to cut the receiver off so he can't get to the end zone. And you're going to try and make the tackle. If you don't make the tackle, you at least slow him up so the guys behind him can catch him. You know what I mean?
Let's see here.
Because
here's the biggest problem. Here's the biggest problem that I saw with that play. And to answer, it wasn't Will Hardy. He was who's 16? Because I don't know who number. I can't remember who number 16's name is. But that's who ended up getting blocked. It wasn't Will Hardy. But what ended up happening? Whoever, like the first defensive back, if you would have cut outside of that receiver, like worked towards the sideline, you wouldn't have been blocked. And you actually would have ran him back into your support.
Coleman Bryson, that's who it is. According to the roster, I just saw.
Okay, so yeah, Coleman Bryson ended up getting blocked by his own guy. Which at this point really didn't make much sense, because like I said, it doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't work your way to the sideline to run this guy back into your help.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense that that's the play that you were trying to make.
Hold up, 2 seconds. Somebody's coming. Hold up.
Do 45, 47. But yeah, so looking at all this, can I say the defense regressed? No, because the defense was still good. The defense still put in as much work as they could. It's just Wake Forest ended up capitalizing on plays when they needed to capitalize on plays.
So you just started the show without me?
Listen, I'm gonna need you and whoever Ricochet that came in here earlier to get y'all's timing straight.
What you mean? Like you just started the show without me, dog?
No. And
Yes.
yes.
What you mean no and yes?
No and yes.
What you mean? Who was here before me? Because why has the show started?
Your alter ego is why who came in.
What are you talking about? My alter ego.
If you don't know, I can't tell you.
I don't understand. My dog just starting the show without me. This is crazy.
I done told you Ricochet was in here a second ago, but you ain't believe me. But whatever.
No.
I'm trying to tell you what happened. I'm trying to tell you that Ricochet was in here, started the show without you. I was already here.
You were already here, and you just let him.
It is not my fault.
You just let him take the show.
To your own show.
You just let him take the show.
You out here letting Ricochet take your spot.
You just let him take the show. I bet. I guess
I ain't let him take nothing. How am I gonna stop him from a camera? What am I gonna do?
You were real when you supposed to figure out a way.
What am I gonna do? Just remove him from the thing?
You're supposed to figure out a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Why you sound like Brian Gumble? All that Family Guy snip. You wanna know what's bad? The two people who just came in here don't know what happened.
They have no idea what's going on. But yeah, so
might make a return.
You know what's funny about that? So you know what's funny about this right here? You talking about the Family Guy skit? I came across a thing earlier. It's like get rid of one of these shows forever, and it was Family Guy, American Dad, or South Park.
Honestly, Family Guy.
I'm choosing Family Guy.
I'm choosing Family Guy. South Park is still relevant. American Dad gets better as you watch it. Family Guy is one of those shows that started off good and it's fallen off.
And the other thing about that is with South Park is so dang good, it just refuses to stay canceled.
My thing is this: South Park is good because whatever pop culture incident is going on, they will have an episode making fun of it that week. Like it could have TMZ could have released, for example, Kanye West could have.
Uh-oh.
What is that? What is that? Is that a chicken?
Sort of.
What is that? Is that a turkey?
Sort of.
What is that?
I'm gonna have to show you when the thing over.
Is it a Pokemon?
No, because I just realized full on what it is.
All right. I hope.
So I was at work. So I was at work and one of my coworkers gave me one of these.
I hope we ain't getting in trouble for what you just showed.
Oh no, you good. Now, had I showed the whole thing, we would have.
Oh Lord.
But no, it's like a chicken or a duck or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a little duck thing.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. But I would say I don't think the defense took a huge step back. Offense,
no,
definitely. The offense, definitely. Offense,
I'm not gonna say the defense, but no, I'm definitely never. I'm not gonna say defense regressed hard.
They held them.
Just wasn't one of the best games.
They held them to 21 points up until that last garbage time TD, and we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I'm about to see where Bill calls a timeout for.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But to follow it up, Lombardi also was asked about how he believes we can beat Duke because it's beat Duke week, everything like that. Big Duke week. Like I'm sorry, that's how I feel. But he said in order to beat Duke, we've got to get back to being able to pressure the quarterback, do things that we did in prior games. Virginia went in there last week and put over 500 yards on them. UConn has been able to move the football on them, so we're going to have to play a three-dimensional game here. They can be an explosive offense. They went into Clemson and were able to find a way to win that game and score a ton of points. So we're going to have to be able to control the football. I think our team operates best when we can run the ball and have balance. Last week against Wake, we were not able to consistently run the football. So it's going to take a really good week of practice, a lot of physicality within the team, and we can't make mental mistakes. We can't have blown assignments. We can't do things that Ship talked about. We got to pay attention and focus on the details that'll lead us to be prepared for Duke and then playing the game the right way.
Do
And
not disagree. Do not disagree at all.
Like, there's not one thing you can say there's all. And mental mistakes big because the penalties in that game, bro.
Remember, because we talked about it last week. We talked about it last week. North Carolina cannot go into Wake Forest having the amount of penalties they've had the last couple of weeks, because they will lose that game. And
the penalties were horrendous, bro. And we were even talking about it to the extent where there was one play, or there were a couple of plays, we were just like, that's not targeting, that's targeting, that's pass interference. That what is going on, bro?
And we've talked about that. It's like, because for some reason,
holding,
like these targeting penalties are weird. Like, targeting penalties and pass interference penalties are a little weird, especially this season, because it doesn't make any sense how some of them get called.
You can look at the play with defensive holding and defensive pass interference penalties. Those are, to me, are getting out of hand, because I am definitely seeing a lot more, and I'm going to say the NBA version of this, a lot more of where the offensive player pushes off, but because they're extending and pushing off, it's also, they're selling like they're getting hit in the same venue. So if they don't catch the ball, kind of like how if an offensive player pushes off but gets off balance, or they just throw up an off balance shot, they get the foul call in their favor. And I'm like, nah, dog. Like, there's something you just can't let that slide.
Because honestly, penalty-wise, we only had 4 penalties for 45 yards, which is better than what we did the week prior by a long shot. So we were still within the same realm.
I think a couple of them got declined, though, because they were just big plays anyways.
I mean, that's fair.
But I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. I honestly could be.
I mean, so that's fair. I said, because overall, like, either way, on the stat sheet, we didn't give up that many penalty yards overall, at least on the stat sheet, because Wake Forest only had 5 yards less than we did, and they had 1 less penalty. So it showed, at least on my end, it shows that Wake Forest had
3?
They had bigger penalties by comparison to us, but they.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry.
You can't go into Duke and have these major mental mistakes, and just like Lombardi said, if we can't run the ball, we're not going to win games. Because right now, Gio's not out shooting most quarterbacks in the ACC now. He's not out.
A shootout with Mensa, Gio's losing.
Yeah, Gio's losing the shootout.
I'm not even going to sit there and be. What's the word? I'm not going to sit there and be, I guess, facetious. That might be the word I'm thinking of right now.
Be delusional about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be delusional about that. If you want to sit there, and I'll use my NFL quarterback as an example. Had you told me Bryce Young was going to go into Atlanta and throw for 400 on the number 1 pass defense, that's the Lulu land. I'm sorry. I didn't anticipate that happening. I respectfully didn't. So if you're telling me what?
So both of his best games in his career were against Atlanta.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the only other one I would say is the Green Bay game in 23, where he threw for 323, but they lost that game. He threw for like 323, 334. But it goes back to Gio. To sit there and say Gio can go into Duke and outshoot Mensa, unless you know something we don't know, the likelihood of that happening is very slim. I'm not saying it can't happen. Gio, please don't take that as me thinking you can't do it. But, bro, we have 10 games that tell us that the likelihood of you doing it ain't that high. And it's not even just you, Gio. It's this whole passing offense in general. Because even when Max Johnson came into the game, our passing offense wasn't that great. Like the play calling for passes this season has not been great. Like, I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat that. You know?
Because let's see here. All right.
And one of the people who can speak on that, and let's be real, one of the people who can speak on that best is Jordan Shipp himself.
And here's the other problem, right? The other problem is we need to convert third downs. Over the last 3 weeks, we have converted 14 out of 42 third down conversions. We're converting
We are
less
one
than
for
a little
six.
over 30%.
We are 1 for 6.
Hmm?
We are converting 1 for 6 on 4th down.
They're 14 for 42.
Oh no, 2 for 6.
Yeah, because we're sitting at about 33%.
Yeah, so 2 for 6
on third down conversions.
Only reason I know that
our
is
biggest problem is that we can get on the field, we can move it a little bit, but we just can't stay on the field. Offense just cannot complete drives.
Only reason I know that off the top of my head is because 7 times 6 makes 42 was one of those timetables multiplications that always stood out to me. So immediately when you said we were 14 of 42, I already knew that's 2 multiples that go into 7. So that's all.
We're converting an average of 3 third downs a game, and that's over the last 3 weeks.
I'm gonna need y'all to get that together.
Because we converted 4 Saturday, we converted 6 the week before, and then we converted another 4 against Syracuse.
How we convert 4?
Not a good time we're having trouble running the ball this late in the season. This is very true. Fact. But I think it's also one of those things that we have to give credit to some of these coaches that they're going against, because they've realized that if they can't run and they have to force Gio to outthrow somebody, they're more like, Gio's not going to do it. Not saying that he's untalented or anything like that, because lately he's finally starting to get 200+ yard games on a regular basis. I think it took him up and against what, Virginia, to get that.
I think it's one of those things where it's better if you force Gio to throw the ball than letting Damon June and Benjamin Hall and company run the ball. Just like if you're just like in the NFL, it's better for teams to try and force Justin Fields to throw the ball, because Justin Fields hasn't shown he's great at making those passes and making those reads. I'm not saying Justin Fields is a horrible player by any means, but it's just a game plan. What do you want to do what's going to help the Jets beat you? What are you more afraid of, their running game or their passing game? You're more afraid of their running game.
Because like I said, even though he's been throwing for 200 yards for the last 4 straight games and has had at least around a 59% completion percentage, at the end of the day, if you force him to throw because you don't have a run game, you have a greater chance of winning these games. And teams have definitely started to realize that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're just forcing Gio to win the game for them, because at the end of the day, you can get with a win if they have if they run game is established. Damon June, Hall, Goss, and Hood are going to run over you. They're going to make the plays. It's going to make it easier to control the time. All that, because we even had the greater time of possession last week.
We did,
not by a whole lot, but we did.
It was like a minute, I want to say.
It's about like a minute, somewhere 30 seconds to a minute. But the problem is, because we couldn't establish a good run game, especially coming into the second half, when we lately have been a better second half team.
This is the one. This is the one game, and you said it. We were a better second half team. This is the one game where we were worse in the second half. We were I would say we haven't been worse in the second half like this since the TCU game.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And I might be overlooking some other games right now, but off the top of my head, we have been better in the second half in every game except the TCU game.
Especially the last 4 weeks.
Right.
The other problem that we're having is, and we talked about it last week, what the team needs to be is at least have at least 3 good quarters, especially these last 2 games of the season.
Y'all had 1.5.
Exactly. Yeah, 1.5.
1.5.
So you need, especially against Duke and North Carolina State, both of these games are winnable. The Wake Forest game was winnable, but because you didn't put up at least 3 good quarters offensively, you end up losing.
Defense showed up for 3.5 quarters. Defense showed up for almost all 4. I don't give a damn. Because to hold them again to 21 points up until the last 26 seconds, and to be truthful, Wake Forest was going to take the 21 and slide until Bill called that timeout.
Yep.
It's like you held Wake Forest 6-3 at the time, Wake Forest, to 21 points over 4 quarters. That's a win on the defensive end. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, defense kept you in that game. You just couldn't capitalize.
That's a defensive win. But like I said,
because even in speaking of that fourth quarter timeout, because even Bill and Jordan both have said something about it. Because the situation seemed content to let time expire with 21-12 in the favor of the Deacons until Bill called the timeout. They end up running another play and scoring on that play, making it 28-12. And Bill said himself, we were trying to stop them. The game wasn't over. I didn't know what they were going to do. And I'm not upset with it because it's like, okay, if you want to at least get a chance to get the ball back with 4th and goal, I get it. But if 4th and goal on your end of the field,
it was 4th and goal. Like, you stop it. They already kind of, because State will definitely stack that line. I don't see it. They're going to stack it for sure. They're going to stack that box heavy for sure.
Oh, yeah, because they're going to come after Gio in the pass game, and they're gonna make it a point to stop the run game. 100%. Duke's going to do the same.
My thing
Duke's going to have at least 8 in the box.
With Wake Forest in that final play, Wake Forest was content taking the knee, right? They were already in the red zone on your 2. At that point, for pride's sake, just like for that point to keep it looking better than what it does, take the 21-12. Because I'll be honest with you, bro. I came to the computer, was setting up the post-game live, and I already had it in my mind what I was going to type here, and it was going to be 21-12. And then I went and I looked, and I was like, wait, 28? Where's the last 28 come from? Because I had to come from the computer for a quick second while the last minute was winding. I was like, okay, they probably going to take a knee. Let me go set this up real quick and go. And I saw the 20. I said, what? And shit.
Because I saw the run that set them up down there late in the game. I'm like, okay, I said, okay, what they're going to do, clock's going to continue to run. They're going to take this knee and the game's going to be over. There's like 30 seconds. There's like 30 seconds left at this point.
Right. And I can't even be, and it's one of those things where I can't even be mad at Wake Forest running up the score. Because I know some people are like, oh, they ran up the score, blah, 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 blah. You stopped the clock, bro.
You gave them the opportunity.
You stopped the clock. Like, what are we talking about here? You stopped the clock and made you run a play. So
what you did calling that timeout. Yeah, because what you did calling that timeout is telling them, okay, we want to stop you. Make us
prove it.
Either nut up or shut up is what you said. Prove that we can't stop you. And exactly what they did was prove that you can't stop them.
Wake Forest looked at him like, all right, little bro, like, if you really want it, here, we got to play for you. Like, we don't want to do this, but we got to play for you. And Ship, because the way Bill had responded and that response you just read, he actually was kind of like shocked. He got asked that question, like, what do you mean? Like, we had the ball. We trying to stop him. Like, what do you mean? So Ship stepped in and, like, took the mic and, like, said, he's like, bro, I say week in and week out, we are very, very talented. We have a very, very talented defense, a top defense in the country, and they don't get the honor that they should because of the offense. And that's something we got to own up to. There's no hiding from it. There's no more ducking. As an offense, we played poorly, especially in the red zone. There's no reason for avoiding it or ducking it. You see it on tape. We got to get back to the drawing board and work on it and fix it. And they fast him up. They said, why do you feel the need to be so vocal about it? Because they followed that up real quick. And he said, flat out, he's like, bro, somebody's got to tell it to him. I feel like it was good to have my boys hear that and let them know that they played a really good game. For us to kick field goals tonight and them only scored 28 points, come on, man. we got to do better than that. And I told him, offense, we got to look in the mirror and figure out what's going on. We got to look in the mirror, own up to it, and finish these last 2 games because the defense is playing lights out. Nothing but respect for those boys. And I'm 100% behind Ship. And the simple fact doesn't matter that Bill sat there and said, I don't know what we were trying to do. And it took Jordan Ship coming in. And that's where a lot of people are upset. Like, Bill could have easily gave that answer. And nobody would have been upset at Bill because it's the truth. And the thing about it is how we've known Bill to be over the years and how candid and cutthroat he's been in responses, especially when his offense has played poorly. We've known him to be that cutthroat and that type of guy. So for him to kind of just circumvent and walk around the question, it's like, hold up. It's kind of like when your mama or your grandma, it's like your grandma treats you better than the way they treated your parent. Because apparently your grandma used to beat the living crap out your parent, but then they treat you and they a softie. Or now when you look at your mom and like you knew, it's like, Mom, you threw a refrigerator at me once, but then you give her a grandbaby and she all soft. It's like, nah, throw the kitchen sink at him the way you threw it at me.
That part. So Bill testing teams with timeouts. Dabo didn't fall for it. I mean, it's true. And then the other thing is, one, I think it's better that the team itself hears it from another teammate. Because sure, you can hear that same criticism from a coach all day, but when you have a teammate saying like, "Yo, we got to do better," that we are playing terrible right now. You got one side, you got the defense that is keeping us in games, but we go out there and we drop the opportunity every time we get the chance. So no, I think it makes more sense for Jordan Ship to be that leader in the room, especially for the offense, because one, he's basically the best player on your offense.
Hey, either him, Paysor, or one of the running backs.
So at the end of the day, and on top of that, he's the senior in the room. So when your seniors are like, yo, we have to figure out what we can do to fix this issue and fix this issue now. I mean, I understand. I personally wish this was a statement that was said earlier in the season. But at the end of the day, I'm not blaming the players for that, because I've said it before. Some of the play calling up until recently was very suspect.
Garbage.
Very suspect.
As the offensive guy, I'm going to say it was garbage. 1,000.
It was hot garbage. Because I'm still on that boat of Freddie Kitchens needs to go.
It was hot garbage. Like
I'm still on that same boat. He ain't worked his way out of it yet. Just because Gio's throwing for 200 yards now, all that means to me is he's gotten more comfortable in the offense. However,
still Garbaggio.
You're predictable.
And I'm with Jordan Ship because it's like, bro, to quote Cam Ward, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. We straight ass. Let's keep it a buck. For as talented and as good as this offense could have been all year, because for example, Duke's offense putting up 33 points a game. The way that this offense is structured talent-wise, with the running backs, the receivers they have, the tight ends, including Jake Johnson and whatnot, this offense honestly could have been putting up 30 points a game. They could have. If not 30, at least 26 to 27. I think that's
I'll say this. The fact that we're averaging less than 20 points a game is the problem.
Very much.
And like I said, once again, I get it. You got a new squad of people, brand new coaching staff, so on and so forth, and everybody had to find a way to start gelling. But the problem is, as good of an offense like you said, as it should have been, the fact that you can't get 20 points a game is a problem.
But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to quote what you've been saying all season. I don't care if you have new players in a new offense, because there's another coach out here who had just as many new players who can put up more than 20 plus
Who's
points.
Who's putting up 20 points a game? Because here's the thing: because you have a top 100 defense.
shoot, the way they've been,
Actually,
and to be honest,
you have a top 65 defense.
and
The
to be
lowest ranking we have defensively right now is 61st in passing yards per game.
and if I'm being honest, if it was only off the last 4 weeks alone, this defense is top 30.
Yeah,
top 30. I'll say that this defense top 30.
Here's the thing. So check this out. Outside of the passing yards per game average, we are not lower than 43rd in any other category.
Did I not just say top 30?
We are 43rd in scoring and points per game, averaging only 22 points a game. We are 37th in total yards per game, 330 yards per game, and 26th in rushing yards per game.
Okay, so top 35, top 35, top 40. There's no reason.
There's no category. There's no category right now that Duke's defense beats our defense in. None.
There's no reason why Carolina, with a top 40 defense, should be as bad as they are. This is the definition of wasting a defense. Oh, speaking of that, side note, I had a coworker tell me yesterday, he is a Broncos fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was me, him, and 2 other male coworkers. One male coworker is a Bears fan. The other male coworker is an Eagles fan. This man flat out told all of us, he said, the Broncos are trash this year. We're wasting our defense. I said, at 9-2?
I'm about to say, but you're the top of your division.
He said, Bo Nix,
you're one of the best teams in the league.
He said, Bo Nix is trash. We're wasting our defense. I looked over. I said, sir, I don't think you have the right to say that to me to my face. He's like, why? I was like, you are looking at a 6-5 Carolina Panthers, a 7-3 Bears fan over here. And I said, Eagles, what are y'all, 8-2? He said, yeah. And an 8-2 Eagles fan. And you want to look all of us in the face and say, y'all are wasting a defense.
So, yeah, because looking at it, the only thing Duke's defense is doing better than us right now is turnover margin.
That's been our issue all year, though. Because I felt like,
we don't get turnovers. We don't tend to get a whole lot of turnovers on defense. We'll give the ball away though.
But I also think because Thaddeus ain't been playing for a good minute, right?
Yeah, he's been out for a couple of weeks.
He's been out for a few weeks, so I think that also played a factor. And it's just, I just feel bad for Ship because Mans is pissed. As you two said it, Ship is frustrated. Ship is like fed up, dog. He's looking at everybody else like, what are we doing? We can't put up 12 points. And I told you when I was talking to you on the phone, like post game, we can't win again. As much as I love Veerhoff and I want him to stay, I love Reese, I love our kicker. Carolina will never win a game, I won't say never, will rarely win games when the only scoring we have is off Veerhoff's leg.
Right.
Carolina will
I said the same thing. I was looking at the score. I'm like, we've only scored 12.
So you telling me that win a game when Reese Veerhoff is the only one scoring?
Because unless that defense plays literally the best game it's ever played,
and holds them to 10 points. And by lights out, I mean 10 points to a shutout.
Right.
And
that defensive game has to be immaculate.
I will say, I'm gonna give a Zoidberg to Veerhoff though. You wanna know why? Man set a program
the longest kick in school history, right?
Yep, 57 yarders. Shout out to Veerhoff. My boy nailed that.
He snuck it in there too.
Boy. Well, shout out to Veerhoff, boy. You've been doing your thing. I'm proud of you.
He had also, just enough leg to get that down there.
And speaking of another special teamer, man, I want to go in and give a huge shout out to Spencer Triplett. Because Spencer Triplett, for y'all, he is our long snapper. He has been named as one of the 10 semifinalists for the Patrick Manley Award. That award is given to the nation's best long snapper, and it's named after NFL legend Patrick Manley, who has been told he never had a botch snap in his entire NFL career. And a lot of kickers attribute their success to him. And if y'all want to know how they grade it, obviously it's graded off botch snaps. And for our boy Spencer this season, this man has had 87 total snaps, 50 punt snaps, 20 field goal snaps, 17 extra point snaps, not botched a single one.
So you guys think Franklin will try to flip Baker?
Oh, we got Franklin on the docket.
We about to talk about that here in a minute.
And I think he will. I think he'll try. I definitely think he'll try it. I
think if nothing else, I don't think he'll try it this year. I don't think he'll try it this next season. I think he will the season after.
Why not? This is the perfect time. UNC looks like they in shambles. Bryce, Baker didn't get any PT this year for us. He could enter the transfer portal. He's coming into the same conference. He could be like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna get our revenge on UNC, and you could show them why you should be starting or why you should have played." It's the perfect angle.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen this upcoming season. The reason why, or at least not for the spring or the fall for the fall transfer. I don't think it's going to happen for fall transfer portal. I think if nothing else, you have the highest potential of you seeing Baker trying to flip from UNC to Virginia Tech is if come spring, him and Gio have a legitimate competition for starting position. He goes in, let's say he doesn't get the starting spot, right? Go into the season, Gio has another rough start to his season, and Baker doesn't see the field. I can almost guarantee you after that winter's transfer portal window, Franklin's gonna come after him then. Because right now, you have a young team with a young coaching staff, right? I feel like right now, Baker's gonna throw his confidence in the ring with Belichick, see what happens for one more year. If he doesn't get to see the field after another rough season, Franklin's gonna be in his ear and be like, "Yo, I can develop you better. I can put you in a better situation than what you got over here." Right, when that winter window opens up.
I think he agrees with me that it's the perfect time right now. All right, I'll put it like this. Let me ask you this question. Does Franklin try to pull Newkirk then? Because he's also a freshman.
I see him trying to pull Newkirk first.
You think he'll do Newkirk first?
I think he'll try to pull Newkirk first because Newkirk has been on the field at least. You've seen Newkirk on the field. Sure, it was only for the one game for a real short period of time.
That's why I think he would try to pull Baker, because Baker hasn't seen the field at all. That's the perfect angle. Like, Baker has not, even Newkirk, think about that. Think about what you just said. Even Newkirk got the field for at least one drive, and he threw a pick immediately. Baker hasn't gotten to see the field at all. That's why I can see Franklin trying to pull his ear right now and be like, "Hey, yo, I believe, to your point, it would be harder to pull Baker next year, especially if, like you said, he throws his confidence in, he throws his hat in the ring, and he gets a legit shot in competition with Gio. Even if he loses, he gets a legit shot and is named the number 2. Because then he's a lot further on the depth chart. He's gone from 4 to 2 immediately. And he knows Gio's inconsistent, so he'll immediately get to 1.
Here's the other thing with that, though. You also got to remember Travis Burgess is coming in next season.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the reason why I think the better time would be for next season.
Oh, he
wanted Baker when he was at Penn State, and I don't blame him.
Yeah,
because that's why I'm thinking next season would be the more opportune time, because if Newkirk stays, Travis Burgess comes in, and you have this quarterback competition between the 4 of them, and especially if Burgess gets a better opportunity. Because right now, going into next season, the competition is going to be wide open.
I see it as this season because I see if Newkirk is still being pushed in practice and whatnot as Gio's number 2 next year, and Burgess is coming in, there's all the hype about Burgess. To me, this is the time when Franklin really could. I see what you're saying, and what you're saying is a solid argument. Solid argument. I'm not gonna lie.
And I can
I'm
also,
seeing
I can also even agree that I can see Franklin starting to put that bug in his ear this season for sure.
Yeah, put the bug in his ear now. Winter portal comes up. Hey, bro, you already got a legit shot at the QB competition at VTech. You come this season. Baker sits there, and mind you, Baker's dad has been real vocal about it all over social media, talking about how they doing his son dirty and this, that, and the third.
First of all, let's be real. Like, a lot of these parents have been real vocal about this season.
They have, and I ain't gonna front. Part of me is like, when did this become a thing? Like, there was always a threshold in the air that I always felt like parents kind of could back off or not be as vocal. At least not about your kid's situation, because of the fact that you can mess up the situation they got going on or make them less attractive if they did decide to leave. Because one thing a coach doesn't want to deal with is knowing that your parents are going to be a distraction and in the media if you don't get your way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know coach wants to sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to go recruit this player, but if I don't start him, his parents are going to be in the media every day talking about how bad of a coach I am, and now I got to deal with these questions all the time.
That's fair. That's very true. Because looking at it right now, if he left North Carolina to go to Virginia Tech, his current quarterback competition would be Garrett Rangel, William Watson, Keldon Ryan, and AJ Brown. Because Kyron Drones is a senior this year, so he graduates. And unless he just decides he's going to come back.
Unless he got that 5th-year senior in him.
Unless he got that 5th year, Kyron Drones is going to be gone. So both ways you have an open quarterback competition, because right now, the competition he has right now in North Carolina is Gio, Mazzoni, Miyares Jr., Newkirk, and himself. And then, like I said, and then Travis Burgess coming in next season.
And part of me thinks Mazzoni, I keep thinking Mazzoni left at some point this season. I think he left earlier in the trade, but I could be wrong. Because the roster update,
on the roster.
I was about to say, because the roster like updates were like so crazy.
Yeah, because I'm looking at ESPN right now, so he's still currently on the roster.
On the ESPN roster.
This is true.
But
lately this year, ESPN ain't been real.
They've been all over the place.
Yeah, they ain't been real on top of it.
But I know we're talking about flipping like burgers and whatnot. And one person that has flipped is actually a new 4-star that has come to UNC. Ironically, he decommitted from the school that the coach we were just talking about used to coach at, and decommitted from Penn State. So David Davis, crazy name, 4-star quarterback out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He played at Amani Christian Academy, 5'10", 180 pounds, class of 2026. Mans is the number 11 player in Pennsylvania, 27 cornerback in the nation, 392 player nationally, and was committed to Penn State up until James Franklin got fired. Then he started exploring his options, checked out West Virginia. Then he went to North Carolina this past weekend, and right now has committed to North Carolina.
So I agree about the parents. That's why UNC's GM needs to shut up. He makes the parents speak out.
Oh, stupid! Like, absolutely not. Shut up.
I'm not saying. When you out here like low key running your mouth, that's just gonna upset parents anyway. Like, just don't speak on the roster.
It's one thing.
Just speak about the game. And
I'm never mad at parents who speak out about like health conditions and things to protect their kids. Like, for example, the young man who was at LSU when Brian Kelly was there and now is just wheelchair bound essentially.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad at the parents at all for speaking out about that, because Brian Kelly treated the way he handled that absolutely atrocious.
Oh, because you saw how he treated Robert Saleh and the other coach too.
Right. So when parents speak out against stuff like that, and like, no, my son is being abused or my son is being mistreated, my son was like just thrown to the wolves, and then not only that, the coach didn't care to check on him. Yeah, no, absolutely, air it out. Do what you got to do because that's your baby boy or your baby girl. Like, depending on what you're doing, like air that out.
But if you just upset that your kid ain't seeing the field, then, in my opinion, you just need to go ahead and move on, bro.
Especially if you're an athlete, if you're a former athlete who's a parent, you gotta this ain't Pop Warner anymore. Once they hit middle school, high school, if your kid ain't seeing the field, you have to sit back and take into account, okay, why is my kid not seeing the field? Is it really because the coach is out to get him? Or is my kid not putting in enough work at practice and whatnot to showcase why they're better?
And like I said, and there have been cases, I've seen it myself firsthand, where you do have some coaches that are just prefer a certain player over the next, regardless of the talent.
For sure. We both experienced that.
Oh yeah. But I was like, if you know your kid, if you're a former athlete and you know your kid and you know the competition that he's going against on his own team, if you can't rightfully say that he is definitely, without a doubt, better than the person in front of him, you really don't have much of an argument on why he doesn't see the field. If you already knew that your kid doesn't have the drive to really put in the extra work to get noticed, then don't complain why he doesn't see the field. If you know for sure your kid is absolutely better than the guy in front of him and deserves an opportunity and can prove it, then definitely speak up on it. But outside of that, if you can't prove that your kid is worthy of being on the field at this point in time, there's not much you can say.
Or if you haven't given your kid the mindset and the hindsight to say, all right, if coach won't play me at this position, I'll be open to trying another position and being versatile enough to do something else. Because I know that was me. Like one thing what
can I do to help to contribute to the team to win games? Like go up to the coach, like what can I do?
Or just
I can be useful.
Or just take opportunities with it. Because I know for me, I wanted to be on the field regardless. I was like, bro, I want to be on the field regardless of what it means. How do I get on this field? Coach says he needs a body for kickoff. All right, bro, I'm gonna go do kickoff. Coach, we need to fill in for tight end because our tight end's injured, or we need somebody versatile who could also block and run routes. Cool, I'll do that.
I heard Bill isn't any better how he treats injured players. Now I don't know. I haven't really heard much of anything when it comes down to that.
I don't like
outside of the parent concern weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know about injured players because I haven't heard anything, especially considering what is his name, Prince Yates or Prince Yates, like, because you remember how he had to step away from the game because of that prolonged concussion,
right?
And I haven't heard how Bill treated him, so I haven't heard it. But you two, you might know, you might have some more sources that we don't know, and you might have
you might have seen some sources we haven't seen yet. And it's like, and I don't think anybody. I think anybody is better than how Brian Kelly treats his players and his staff. Brian Kelly is a piece of trash. Terrible.
It almost slipped. I know.
I was just like, Brian Kelly is awful. Like when you have players, after you get fired and you have players celebrating you leaving, former players, current players, all of that should go ahead and speak on who you are as a character, as a coach.
And here's the bad part about it, bro. Brian Kelly's bad, and his brother ain't no better than Chip Kelly. Because that's how it was when Chip Kelly was running the Eagles. And it was like him, well, you had him, Shady McCoy, and Michael Vick all coming together. And everybody was like, oh, we about to run that Oregon offense with these three? Oh, this is about to be a piece of cake. It's like, it just honestly should work. And then next thing you know, I hear everybody from that Eagles squad say, yo, Chip Kelly couldn't get us together. The team was divisive. Nobody was locked in step. We all honestly ended up turning on him, and we didn't buy into whatever he was trying to do. I'm like, bro, the Kellys, I don't know what it is about them. They be treating their players any type of way, like they're God's gift.
Because listen to this, like, you know, I don't know if you saw it or not. I can't remember what. I think it was like San Diego State or something like that. He was at some small school, but it was him, Robert Saleh, and another coach. Tell me why he invites Robert Saleh and this other coach to a party at his house where he had them working the party. He had them parking people's cars and stuff for this party you invited them to.
I heard he made some injured players
leave the team.
That would
I know one
one left the team, so that might be truthful. Because we were talking about like how like players will leave the team due to injury, but randomly. You remember that earlier in the year?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's one of those like he made them leave. I think it's one of those like, okay, based off of the injury you have, like it's best that you just leave. But I was like, we don't know what the conversations look like behind those closed doors.
Unless you can get somebody who's like, if you got text messages or sources from people who are like, I'm in the meeting. Like I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I would love to see the source. That's just me.
So yeah, because it's one of those like, because what I would love to try to do is try to get one of the players at the end of the season and talk to them.
Oh yeah, we just listen. We just go slide into DMs all. I'm gonna pick the whole roster. Just pick a DM player and be like, "Hey, bro, we got this podcast. Can you hop on, please?"
It's like, do you mind us interviewing you real quick about how you felt on the season, so on and so forth?
Like, please.
Like, but back over to this new recruit we got.
We got some film, bro. You ready to see it?
Always.
Yeah, I got some film on, buddy. You're not my guy, buddy. Here we go. Pull it back up for you. And so this one is going to be his mid-season film from this year. And then he does have film from last year. So just let me know. Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I'm good.
So this is supposedly him make
that's
this
good track. That's good tracking from the safety spot.
Right.
And ball out. Good play.
So he is number 2. I'm gonna say.
Okay, him back here at the safety.
Yeah. They say he's listed at corner, so but they haven't played apparently everywhere. You know how high school goes.
So yeah, he's probably a hybrid. Good
Great
track.
read. I ain't gonna lie. That quarterback just gave it to him.
Yeah, he underthrew the heck out of that.
Wait, where's the spot? Oh, I guess
he's at the top of the screen. On the screen.
Nice way not to get caught up in. He good caught burst. It. He caught.
Yeah, that was a good burst.
Okay, he was catching the screen.
Yeah, I thought it was exactly. Okay, and they run a 2-high safety.
Buyout. Ooh, I like that.
Those are some lazy routes, though.
Yeah. Only thing I would have loved is if he had wrapped up. Great way to follow your block. Go ahead. And you could cut inside. There you go.
Must say a great job of following downfield to lead.
Right.
So big shout out to Zero.
I was going to say, shout out to that man. Oh, I don't like that route running per se, but it was just a screen.
I'm about to say you took advantage of a bad corner.
Yeah. That's really what that was. That was just a quick mismatch they saw.
Okay. See what you do on the press.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
That was great blocking.
Great block. As a receiver, I like that.
He's on that inside slot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's reading the screen. Oh, wait, now he's got it. Pick. Great break up. Let's see. I think he's okay. He's close safety. I ain't gonna lie. That was a bad pass by the corner because that was easy money. That was easy money. Like he ain't even had to do nothing. Whoop. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Like literally just ran around. Hey, great track.
Good focus. That was a bad pass.
Very bad pass. All right, outside down on the block.
About to be a screen watch. Oh no, straight go.
Oh no, he just got a straight go. Just a straight go, bruh. That's crazy.
It's a good double move.
It is, but crazy. They just said go. Oh, he coming down. He coming down right there. Perfect read. Perfect read. Perfect read. I like that.
Fantastic read. To peel off your man for that was great.
Right? He read that whole play perfectly. He watched film. Oh, wow. Did you get in?
I don't even know why I don't even know why they threw that.
He got in too. He got 1 foot down.
Yeah, I don't even know why they threw that. Well, high school is 2 feet.
No, it's 1.
It's 2.
No, it's not. It's 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1. You ain't got you only got to get 1.
Yeah, they always told me 2 feet.
No, they tell you 2 feet to get you prepared, but it's always only 1.
Because anytime we had 1 foot in, we never got called. It was never called in.
Well, then that ref hated you.
Then it was every ref then.
Yeah.
Man, there was no game that I ever played that said it was only 1 foot.
Every game I played in. Yeah, at least 1 foot. In high school football, a catch is complete when the player gains control of a live ball and gets at least 1 foot down. So, yeah. Like I said, whatever refs y'all had in Pickens, them refs hated y'all. Like up in the upstate, they hated y'all.
We've always. I think any school that I've ever seen always played at 2 foot. So I don't know.
No, it's always.
I never questioned it because as long as I knew how to get 2 feet in, it didn't matter.
My thing was this: it was always 1, but I will say this: my coach preached on 2, and he was a stickler for getting 2. Like my receiver coach, he was a stickler for getting 2. He's like, that way you always know. There's never a doubt. You know what I mean?
That's it.
He said there's never a doubt. But kind of crazy. And with all that being said, it's crazy because this coach lost that young man. But he's going to see that young man in this conference going into the ACC. And first question I got to ask you, bro, because for those of you who don't know, Franklin is, let's see what he said. Oh, look who showed up. Look who. That man been busy. That man been busy doing his thing. That man been busy. Plus, I will also take some fault. I haven't been doing good on my part in promoting this channel on my IG. And so I'm pretty sure like half the time when I do promote it on IG, that's when he sees it. And because I haven't been, he hasn't been seeing it. But
it'd be like that.
But James Franklin has been grinding and chasing. You know what? Hey, you get a big Zoidberg for that. Claw plaque.
Ain't nothing but the dog in him.
Bertha Bush.
Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog.
She one of the butt sisters.
And Bertha.
One of the butt sisters. But James Franklin, we all know, fired from Penn State or released, whatever they want to say. And
disrespectfully so, by the way.
Disrespectfully so. Now has been hired to go to Virginia Tech. So what's your immediate thought, my dog? What's your immediate thought?
So when I saw this hiring, I was like, yo,
But back to you guys.
Back to you guys.
You sound like a reporter. It's turning sideways. Thank you.
But
I'll
back
let
to
you
you,
back
Jim. But yeah, no, when he got hired, I was like, dang. And we were just talking about him possibly getting hired over in North Carolina. I didn't expect him to come to the ACC. I figured he didn't probably even stay. I figured he was going to stay in like Big 10, maybe go to Big 12.
I thought for sure he was going to an SEC school as a coordinator. I thought he was going to go to an SEC school as a coordinator, or if he was going to get a job, it was going to be at one of the lower SEC schools that are like sucking right now and trying to build that program.
I didn't see him going to SEC.
Why not?
And that's nothing against him. I just didn't see it because I think with his particular coaching skill set, he would excel better at ACC, Big 10, or Big 12. Not saying the SEC is too high of a competition for him. I just think the way that he tends to run his teams, he has a better advantage in one of those other three divisions.
What's the advantage?
So he's one of those run first, play action type of guys. And as we've seen with ACC, you only got really 4 running offenses in the ACC, really. So with him to have that kind of like nitty gritty kind of coaching style and play style, I feel like that's the advantage that he has, at least ACC wise, because you see more people trying to air it out over this way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bill Belichick was like a refreshing kind of situation with, okay, we're a run first team. Same thing with Georgia Tech. Running the ball is Georgia Tech's whole identity.
Hey, they better make him a number one. Side note. But like he is the number one. Ain't no questions about it.
He ain't number one.
He is the number one. And X is like 1B. And I'm cool with it. The reason why I say he's 1B is because there are days where he's been our leading receiver, even though we know who the leading guy is. You know what I mean?
I would say Coker's the 1B now that he's back, but that's just me.
Coker to me is one of the go-to like sure hands guys. Because like in that game this past weekend, a couple of our clutch throws went to Coker just when we needed to like convert the chains. He's our chain mover. He can be our chain mover.
So yeah, like I said, my opinion. I think Coker's one. I think Coker's your number 2 for sure.
I mean, him
and Zay's and X is more of like a 2B.
I mean,
in my opinion. But then again, I got my reasons.
Hey, but here's the thing: X and Coker are the same size, but X is bigger because he weighs 10 more pounds. Somebody tried to tell me they weren't the same size.
I mean, listen, man built to raise horses. Like we already know.
Nah, somebody tried to tell me. Remember, somebody tried to tell me they weren't the same size.
Yeah, that man country built. That's why they think they're different.
But to your point, I see where you're coming from, and that he is Big Ten style. Because you need a powerful running game in the Big Ten, and then you go play action. That's how the Big Ten, outside of Ohio State, that's how the Big Ten operates. Ohio State is the only school in the Big Ten I feel that is more of an air it out type of school. But outside of that, you need Wisconsin, known for having running backs, Michigan, known for having running backs, Penn State. The NFL MVP or one of the NFL the offensive player of the year last year was a Penn State running back in Saquon Barkley. Like when you look at the Big Ten, there's always a good running back, and then they do that off of play action and go from there. So I can see what you're saying. I definitely felt he would take over the SEC school, and I say that because to me, it was either SEC or ACC. Those are the top 3 conferences. I know you still got the Big 12, yeah, but let's be real. Looking at the Big 12, Texas Tech, BYU, Utah, Houston, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Arizona, Kansas State, Iowa, TCU, Baylor, Kansas, West Virginia, UCF, Colorado, Oklahoma State. I think
And plus,
respectfully,
by comparison, more teams in the ACC needed help than SEC. Because let's be real, South Carolina's just having having the weirdest down year. Auburn has low key kind of gotten cheated a couple of times. Florida State's trying to figure it out. Mississippi State is better than
he could have went to Arkansas.
Is better than they look. Oh, Arkansas is terrible. Arkansas is 0-6 in the conference right now. They're the worst.
What I'm saying. He could have went to Arkansas. South Carolina just don't know how to close a game. That's really their issue.
They've had more issues than just closing games because that game against A&M was the best that offensive line has looked all season.
I ain't paying them no attention, and you know why.
Oh, listen, when I tell you the rumor around Lenora Sellers is that he was transferring after this season.
Oof.
And this is after he made a public statement of that he wasn't going anywhere. That's how bad this offensive line.
But here's the bad part.
They said they had one game. This man snapped the ball in shotgun, and by the time the ball hit his hands, there were 3 people in his face.
Oh God!
In his own end zone, by the way.
Here's the bad part, bro. When you look at South Carolina, they beat Virginia Tech 24-11, beat South Carolina State 38-10. I mean, that's no disrespect, but it's NC State to South Carolina. Like, they just got more players, if we're being honest.
It is what it is.
And then you lose to Vandy 31-7, but when Missouri was ranked, and they may not have been ranked at the time, I don't know, because, they always change the rankings as they change. So then when you look at their schedule, it's funky. So you don't know what they were at the time. It's like, oh, listen, speaking of bad O-lines, Joel.
Man, listen.
They try to get that man killed.
Because props to Shedeur for taking the blame for that loss, despite the fact that it more than likely wasn't his fault. But
props to him for how he responded when people asked him about like Dylan Gabriel. He said, I want to take a second and be like, yo, when Dylan's is like, I'm not trying to be a distraction. When Dylan's in there, I want people to cheer for him. Like, I love the support I get. But when people are constantly chanting for me, Dylan can't get fully comfortable because he's like, and I don't want that for him. And I don't care who you are, especially the fact that Kevin Stefanski finally came out and other teammates came out and said, yo, this game was the first time Shedeur took any first team reps. And it's like, if you know Shedeur is your backup, why is he just now taking first team reps in the game?
Because remember, the same conversation's been popping up every week. If you don't like him, why do you continue to do this to him?
Get rid of them.
Because to be honest, if we being real about it, Browns fed that man to the piranhas. Petty facts. Yes. But we're gonna be real about it, Shedeur was literally one pass away from winning that game.
Literally.
Because had he connected on that rollout where he bailed out, had he connected on that pass, game's over.
It was gonna be money. It was gonna be money. And that would have been the worst thing. And to be honest, that would have been the worst thing for Kevin Stefanski. If Shedeur comes in and manages to save this game, even if he just manages to get, even if he manages to just game manage and doesn't throw the pick, because his very first pass was on the money. That first completion was on the money, and it was just
late game drive.
Here we go.
Because that late game drive was the literal difference. It just shows it shows there's talent there. But the fact that you're not putting him in practices to run with the first team in case your first guy gets hurt makes no sense to me.
And that's the other thing. Most people have said, they're like, listen, it doesn't matter. In the NFL, we all know the starter gets majority of the first team reps, but the backup does get first team reps in weekly preparation just in case the starter goes down. They have to have some chemistry, some connection. This way they know, hey, yo, this is how we're going to get down, barring any major injury.
Oh, another side note. Completely other side note. Exactly. Complete sabotage. So, other side note. Did you see Tulane's city jerseys?
Nah. What, for basketball?
Tulane did that. Football.
You got them pulled up?
I'll see if I can find it. Because Tulane did that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You telling me about some city jerseys? I'm trying to. And then here's the weird part about South Carolina is I'm looking at it, bro. I'm looking at their schedule. So you lose 31-7 to Vandy, but then to Missouri, you only lose 29-20. You beat Kentucky, I would hope. You lose 20-10 to LSU, but then lose 26-7 to Oklahoma. Then lose only 29-22 to Alabama, but then lose 30-14 to Ole Miss. And we all know what happened in that Texas A&M game. It's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, them kind of cold. Them kind of cold. I can't front.
I was like, bro.
The only thing I'm not the hugest fan is the rounded off number font, but other than that, I rock with it. And then it's older school font. That's why I'm not too mad about it, because it's playing on the old school vibe. So I'm not mad at it.
Right, because the only thing that I wasn't particularly feeling with the jersey was a little bit of the helmet. Because now what they were doing with it, cool.
It was kind of funny catching Shador trying to do one of those signature spins. I still get caught. I mean,
yeah,
he did one of them. He did one of them and didn't. But then the other one, he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Bam!
Yeah, that ain't work.
It's like, nah,
that wasn't it, my boy.
Nah, when old boy got the first sack on him and did the perfect timing, I was like, y'all been waiting on that. Y'all literally been waiting on that one.
It was like, I seen that move a bazillion times, Bubbo.
It's like, he's like, do you understand who my quarterback is? I play for Baltimore. Do you know who my quarterback is that I got to do this against every day?
That part.
Here's the bad part. That's the thing about Shador. You did that against the defense that plays against the guy that probably does it more than you.
Not even probably, absolutely does it more than you.
Like
you did that against the defense you did that against the defense that has to practice against that every day.
Every day, bro.
Week in and week out.
And here's the bad part. No shade to Shador. Lamar's better than you at it. So they probably looked at it and was just like, oh, you think you Lamar? Oh, you think you about to get away? Yeah, nah. Bring that here, boy.
Yeah, you'd be looking at him like, come on now.
Like, I like
what you thought this was.
Hey, I like your talent. I like your confidence, but you ain't Lamar.
I like your cut, G.
Man, but let's go ahead and get into these Tar Heel birthdays, man, because we got a few coming up this weekend. We actually have 2 on Sunday and 1 on Monday. So on Sunday, the day after the game, happy birthday to Will Osteen and Mekhi Bear. And then on Monday, before our next episode, shout out to Devin Ankrum. Birthdays on November 23rd and the 24th, man. So big Zoidberg for that. Big Zoidberg, never the little one.
Never the little one.
Defense practicing against Lamar is like being in the gravity room. Times 100. Hey, listen. Times 100 gravity, bro.
Under pressure. They feeling, boy.
And then it is now time for our favorite segment. Wouldn't you agree, sir?
Oh, we forgot to do the game breakdown.
Oh, yeah, we did. Hold up. We got to do that first because it is Big Duke Week. Because it was at the beginning, I felt like we did it, but we got to do
we were supposed to, and then we just jumped right into the defense thing.
All right, man. So, 1, it's time to reclaim the victory bell. I don't care. I don't I don't matter. Hold up. Somebody's calling me. Somebody is calling me.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Mutala!
Uh-huh. See?
So it is now time. It is time for the game breakdown, and we are going to talk just right.
Somebody gonna find you and beat you in the streets, bro.
I'm gonna whoop my ass.
they go come find you.
They gonna beat me, dog. But it's okay though, because this game breakdown. Hey, I've been waiting for it all week. I've been talking about it. All right, y'all. So first things first, for those who don't know, those who ain't heard. So the overall series, since the victory bell has been around, UNC leads this bad boy 48, 26, and 1. So obviously, it's giving kick ass vibes. Probably, more than likely. This ain't official. Please don't let that be known. I got this in Mexico by the street vendors. I ain't even gonna lie. What am I lie for? But we gotta go against that wretched dark blue team on the other side of Tobacco Road, who are 5-5 overall and 4-2 in the ACC. Offensively, they've been putting up 33.4 points per game, 302.9 pass yards, and 129.8 rush yards. And we know they big three stars. It's Mensa, who's thrown for 3,007 yards, 25 TDs, 4 INTs. Their lead running back is Shepard, who got 112 carries, 700 rush yards, and 7 TDs. And their wide receiver, Barcate, who has 53 receptions, 869 receiving yards, and 6 TDs. On the defensive end, listen, they allowing 29.6 points per game. They give up 273.3 pass yards. They give up 146.5 rush yards. Their total lead tackler is their safety, Weaver, who has 71 total tackles, 30 solo, 2 pass deflections, 1 interception. Their leader in solo tackles is their other safety, Stone, who has actually 63 total tackles, 34 solo, 1 pass deflection, and 1 interception. And then their leading sack leader is Anthony Jr., their defensive end, who has 27 total tackles, 16 solo, and leads the team with 6.5 sacks. So, with all that being said, what are your thoughts, my boy? What are your predictions? What's your score prediction?
Score prediction?
Yep.
Score prediction 38-17.
38-17? North Carolina?
38-17. Unfortunately not.
Oh. You really pick a Duke?
I don't want to. I really don't. But if this pass defense looks like it did last week,
you disgust me.
I disgust myself. It's a terrible feeling to have to say that out of my mouth. Because honestly, in my heart of hearts, I'm going 17-14, us. But based off of the lack of offensive production we've had versus a very much improved defense on Duke's side, it's going to be rough. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be uphill sledding for sure for offense.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be a defensive showdown anyway.
I've told you this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not giving Duke anything. 24-17 North Carolina. I don't. My logic is out the window. I'm in Delulu land. I am so far gone that I am removed. Like, this is my alter ego. This ain't even Tornado McCray. This is El Capitan de Hooligan Express. The Express de Hooligan.
The Express de Julio.
Express de Hooligan. That's who this is. Like I'm not. Nope. I will never pick Duke. I will never say they will beat us. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Because let's see here.
Ever, ever. No. He said it's North Carolina or nothing. Yep.
You're
North
right.
Carolina or nothing. I refuse. I refuse. It's North Carolina or nothing.
Because the song itself is North Carolina, and that dude.
It is. We say North Carolina. Who you raise up? Take your shirt off. Twist it around your head just like a helicopter. I swear to God, if I get a
My prediction
copyright
here,
for
my
this,
prediction, Kamari House has a breakout game. And Abu Jade also has a breakout game.
y'all see it. Think this is a joke? Like Dirty Dom? You think this is a
And then
joke?
offensively, I think we see a big game from Kobe Pacer offensively.
Yeah. Shout out P for sure.
Kobe.
No, he said shout out Petey Pablo for sure. What if we could get Petey Pablo on the show?
That'd be wild.
That'd be kind of cool. Petey Pablo, you want to join the show? Like I'm legit asking.
I can't pay for you to show up though. I ain't got no money.
I will say that I cannot pay your appearance fee. Can you show up as like
it's gonna have to be done. It's gonna have to be done
as
pro
a
bono.
guest, like as just a guest for fun? Have some good laughs and good times.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be pro bono, bro. I can't help you with the cash. I can't do it.
All right, please.
That's not in my pocket, bro.
I ain't got it. I ain't got it like that. Please.
I ain't got it now, and I will not have it in the future. So don't don't send no bills. Don't send nothing because it's gonna get put in the trash.
Oh man,
I'm being straight up with you right now. Don't expect no money to come for this appearance.
Mm-hmm. What is that? I had a chick that used to get him a mystical Mr. Oh.
Honestly,
I can see it, but
I can see it. But
I can see it, but when you hear their cadence and how they talk, it's way different.
Oh yeah, as soon as they start talking, it's a whole. It's two different people.
Sure. But now it's time. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Now it is time for the Tar Heel takeaway of the week. I think it's me this week.
Yep.
Is it me this week?
I think it's you this week.
Word.
Go get him, Hefe.
Y'all see it. Y'all know the drip. So, listen, man. Yeah, and that's my message to y'all. Be comfortable being whatever you want to be. Be comfortable being yourself. Whether you're a fool, a goofball, funny, hilarious, cosplayer, non-cosplayer, gamer, whatever you want to do, bro, just be comfortable being you. As you can see, I'm the captain of the Hooligan Express for a reason. Actually, this is El Capitan de Express. Hooligan. Like, that's who this is. And I'll figure out. I actually do know Spanish, but I just can't think of the word for express off the top of my head. So I'll have to get back to you on that. But it will be the alter ego. Anywho, be comfortable in your own skin. Hey, Tornado Mysterio. I like that. I like that better, actually. But be comfortable in who you are, man. Smile, enjoy it, and don't let nobody take your shine, bro. I do this just because I'm goofy and I enjoy being me. And I only got one life, so I'm going to make sure I live it to the fullest and I enjoy it. So, hey, I'm going to be a goofball. You don't like it? Big whoop. I don't care. You're not living my life, man. That's all I got to say.
Boop.
This guy here.
What?
This guy here. What? Get on the stage. Get on the stage, Leroy.
Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Take a nap. Wow. You're tired. You worked hard. You deserve a nap. No.
Okay.
You deserve a nap. All the stress that goes out through the week, it's okay when you get home to just strip down, be comfortable in your own home, and take that nap. Don't let nobody judge you because you sleep at 3 o'clock in the evening or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Bump them. That's not their business. It's your business. You tired. Are they paying bills in there? No. You are. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about sitting there in your house with your hair wrapped up in your robe, or heck, even just a pair of basketball shorts that you know you've worn 6 times this week. They're yours.
Did you wash them?
If you want to sit there looking like NFL young boy staring at your TV with a shiesty on, that's your business. Exactly. Mind your business. Because as long as you ain't out here in the streets hurting nobody, ain't nobody can tell you what you can and can't do in your own home. Except, something illegal. Don't do that. Don't go to jail. Take the nap. Instead of going to jail, take the nap.
Rather in jail than in hell, take the nap.
Exactly. Actually, no, neither one. Take the nap. Rather neither one. Neither one. Don't worry about having to post bail. Don't worry about going to hell. Take the nap. Even if it's 5, 10, 15 minutes. Heck, even if that nap ends up being 4 hours long, guess what? That is your prerogative.
That man said, bail, jail, hell, take a nap.
Take a nap. Take a nap in 5.
I'm mad that you skipped me for a takeaway of the week, but it's all good. It's whatever.
I'm not playing these games.
I'm not playing these games.
Exactly, Beats. Eat some cereal.
I did. I actually did.
Watch your cartoon.
That was my dinner.
I gotta figure out what mine gonna be. I ain't ate nothing all day.
But hey, man, that has been another episode of the North Carolina Live Podcast. It has been your host, Tornado McCray, and my dog over there, Ricebox26. Y'all know what to do, bro. Make sure to join us live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. We may have to start going to 9:30 just because my dog is coaching the kiddos because basketball season promised.
Basketball out this way started back up because of the age group. They got later practices, so unfortunately, we might have to be a little later on some weeks.
We might have to be a little later, and to be honest, I might volunteer to help coach some kids around here myself. So we're gonna see how that goes and whatnot and things of that nature. But guys, with all that being said, hey, again, join us live every Tuesday. Y'all know where we be at. Follow us on all our social media. You can follow him, Ricebox_26. You can follow me at Tornado McCray, YouTube and IG and things like that. And we're available on the listening platforms. You got anything to tell them, my boy?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Take a nap. Be yourself. Peace. Much love to all y'all. Take care. Later days. We out of here.
Deuces.